Pathmark is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmark qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmark to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmark.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Blair French from LMNO, Chief Growth Officer with them. How are you doing today, Blair?
We're doing good. The sun's out in Saskatoon finally.
Oh, awesome. I mean, here in Puerto Vallarta, it's always sunny, so we're looking for kind of that winter. Awesome. Hey, well, Blair, thank you so much for joining today. And well, I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, wondering what LMNO is all about. So let's kick it off with that. In your own words, tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, we are a consulting firm based in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, an amazing province in Canada. We are in the business of solving problems for our clients. Traditionally, we specialize in branding. That is our bread and butter. Helping clients define their story, their products, and how to resonate with their audiences. And as well as kind of taking that full funnel to executing full campaigns for our clients. So that's across digital, more traditional media, radio still holds true in our province, which I think shocks a lot of people. But yeah, we really work with our clients to provide that full funnel, full omni-channel experience to help them connect with their audiences.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And so that way, then our listeners could get a good understanding there of LMNO. What would you say is that key problem you guys like to solve for clients?
I think for us, it's really understanding their audience and how to connect. I think audiences right now are so fragmented because there's so many different ways that they gather information about a client or a product and how they retain that information. And I think we really help try to simplify that for our clients. You know, it's not always you have to be everywhere and anywhere to reach your audience. It's finding the best ways to connect with them. And I think that's at the root of what we do, is how to reach our clients' audience the best way, most economical way, in a way that's kind of manageable for them as well, and not too complicated.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And so then is there a certain vertical segment? Is there an ideal ICP there for LMNO?
Are you like from an industry perspective or?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say, you know, our agency, like we've been around for 40 years. We've done some branding. So LMNO hasn't been around for 40 years, but the agency has. And I would say we do very well. We have a lot of our government clients here. The province invests a lot in international attraction. So, you know, convincing organizations, companies to set up shop in the province. So investment attraction. So we do really great work in that space. Also kind of like in the tech and agriculture realm as well. You know, our province produces a huge amount of potash, which is crucial to the agriculture industry internationally. And then we kind of also support, you know, a variety. We don't kind of, I would say, have a niche expertise, because I think a lot of our processes and principles and how we work is like agnostic to the industry.
Okay, all right, like that. So then how would somebody usually then find out about LMNO? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah, like all agencies, we're probably the worst at promoting ourselves because we focus so much on the client and the client work. You know, we leverage, I would say, because we have such strong relationships. Some of our clients we've been working with for 18 years. We have one that's approaching almost 40 years that we've worked with them. So I would say the number one way a new client comes into us is word of mouth and referral from our existing clients.
Mhm.
We're also a smaller market, so we kind of have that bit of a reputation, which really helps. We leverage our website. We have our marketing plan where we're promoting our content and doing paid search and SEO for a variety of kind of new markets that we want to branch into. But our highest conversion rate for new leads, new business has always been referrals. And to be honest, I love that. It makes, part of my role is tackling new business and being the kind of first face of the agency. A referral is always so much easier to close the deal or get them in to do work with us than it is, say, someone who doesn't have that existing relationship.
Okay, all right, interesting like that. And well, so that way our listeners who are tuned in could go ahead and visit you. They could always check you out at meetlmno.com.
Yep.
What role then does the website play for client acquisition?
You know what? It plays a big role now. I think what we're trying to do is constantly evolve the website. So, we're phasing it. So, we have all the pertinent information that you need. We're slowly adding over time the case studies. I think case studies are essential. People want to see the clients that you're working with. They want to see the campaign ideas and the results. And I think we've shifted to be a little bit more heavy on being a bit more boastful on the results that we're getting for our clients. And then also, we're starting to launch our kind of what we call a content hub as well. So we're promoting some thought leadership pieces. We have our own podcast as well. Maybe you'll have to be a guest on it one day. We are starting to leverage it more than we have in the past.
Definitely. Okay, like that. And so on that note, then, is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Oh, for me, I always, for lead generation and website, it's a volume game as it pertains to content. You want as many eyes on you as possible. So I think what we've also shifted on is producing a lot more content and not focusing on perfection or quality, but quality doesn't necessarily mean it has to be perfect. And so it's about getting more information out there, posting more, driving more people to the website, and it's a volume game, which I think is something where we've had to shift, where we were maybe a little bit hesitant to put our name out there too much. But now we're like, okay, we need to get eyeballs on our agency and on our company. And the only way that we can do that is if we're actively posting and posting a lot more than we are.
Okay, like that. So then on let's switch gears then a little bit and let's talk then about you as a leader, Blair. You being the Chief Growth Officer there for LMNO, what are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work?
Yeah, so just to kind of give a bit of context with regards to the chief growth officer, that means at our group, I oversee our client services team, marketing and strategies. So we have about 35 people as of right now on the kind of that team. For me, my day-to-day tasks, the easiest way is I'm there to support the team in any way that they need. So if that's ensuring that they have the proper tools and professional development to do the job to the best of their capabilities, if they're having a challenging client and they don't know how to approach the discussion with the client, I look at it as I'm a resource to that team, and that is my day. So the day changes based on what the team needs. And then on the flip side of it, I kind of take the lead majority of the time on any of the new business. And that's when I will pull in all of the experts on the different teams to help define how we might approach, developing a successful response to the client's need or ask so that we can kind of win the business. But really, it's there. I am there to support the team, and it's great when you've built or been part of building an amazing team because really that's what you dream of. You dream of having the team being successful, having autonomy, being able to make good decisions, and then be there when they need the support that they need.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Very, very great to hear that. And so then how do you stay up to date with all the marketing news, trends, strategies? Is there a preferred channel that you like to go with?
Yeah, for me, the preferred channel right now is LinkedIn. That is my go-to, and I follow the key kind of people that I value or am interested in their opinion and thought leadership on. And then I find what it does is LinkedIn gives me a baseline, and then from there, I'm kind of doing my own digging into that topic and doing kind of my own kind of scan of the environment. But usually LinkedIn is that launching point for me to go, I'm going to save that post and then I'm going to dig into a little bit more about what they're talking about, the research, all of that.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great to hear that then. And well, let's jump into our next section then here, Blair, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for
Okay.
them?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, awesome. First off then, Blair, is what is the last book that you read?
The last book I read was Who Would Win? Small Sharks, my 6-year-old's favorite book. So I have a 6-year-old. A lot of life lessons can be learned from kids' books. So it was Who Would Win? That's the name of the book.
Definitely, I would agree with you on that. I think it changes um perspectives, right? One grows up and then you read a child's book and you realize, hey, you know what? I mean, this is pretty net on what's happening right now in my life. So definitely.
100%.
Awesome. Next up then is if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Oh, I would say, um, you know what? It's one that I struggled with because I feel like we've become too dependent and too reliable on technology. So if I had to do something, I wish people would focus less on technology and more on the human side of our business and relationships.
Definitely. Okay, I like that. Definitely. I think the trend is how you mentioned, right? Technology is going, it's just every year there's something always new.
Yeah.
So and that new is you like you mentioned, right? I think distancing people from one another. So definitely would agree with you on that point. Next then is if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, if there's one repetitive task that you could
Oh.
automate, what would that be?
Oh, automate every
Mhm.
meeting that I need to book. You know what, but with the precision of like the human aspect, because my biggest pain point is trying to book meetings when there's a team of like 10 and trying to manage everyone's calendars. It is my biggest nightmare, right? And then having to like message people to go, can you shift this? Can you do this? Can you make this work? And I haven't found a platform that works to that level. So, especially when I'm the one organizing the meetings.
I would totally agree, right? I think getting those everybody in contract and like you mentioned, hey, can you move it? And they're like, it's a client, I can't,
Yeah.
so definitely that's something could be a little bit stressful. Next up then is if um I mean you have a lot of experience, there's no doubting that, but if there's one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer, what would that be?
Yeah, great question. It would probably be not to focus on marketing and to focus more on the industry that I want to be a part of and to learn that industry inside and out. Because I think if you understand the industry and whatnot, a marketing role is an easy fit. And so I wish I would have focused more on an industry that I was super passionate about and really aligned with my values more and focus more on the industry and less about the role that I wanted in the industry.
Okay, all right. Definitely love that advice. And for our listeners, I think it's some great advice as well. And well, we are coming to the end of the show here. But before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. Say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about LMNO?
Oh, what is the one key takeaway from LMNO? I think we're a team of individuals that care. and we want to do what's best for our agency, for our team, for our business, but also for our clients. And I think because we come from that background of caring, we treat everyone with respect and kindness. And I think, you know, that word, you know, kindness is such a lost art nowadays. We forget at the root of everything that we should do is just simply be kind. And I think if you take that approach, all of the benefits, whether it's human benefits or financial benefits, will come.
Definitely. Awesome. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And to our listeners, you could check them out at meetlmno.com. Blair, thank you so much for being on with us today. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to our next episode at Path Monk Presents. Thanks a lot, Blair.
Bye. Take care.